Welcome to episode 8 of the show. In
Episode
today's
8?
episode,
I thought you just said we weren't doing episodes. Didn't we just say we weren't doing episodes?
really? You gonna throw off my thing? I'm hitting this cold open and you're throwing it off?
Alright. We'll talk about it offline again.
We decided that we're sticking with episodes so that when we get to episode 1000, it's a big thing. We could also just keep track of it, but hey, that's here nor there. But we'll just use that. Welcome to another week of the show. He threw off my thing, but we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna have a lot of fun in today's episode, I believe.
I hope so. Well, as much as one can expect to have fun.
We're gonna have fun. You're gonna have fun listening, and I guarantee it. No, I don't.
Do you
But
guarantee
before we get
it?
started, almost. I'm not that confident yet.
Gotcha.
I'll be honest.
Alright.
Next time I will. But before we get into the show, let's go ahead and say, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Also follow us on Twitter. Link is in the description below. And that's it, right?
Are you going to tell them the actual Twitter?
Oh, I said it's in the description.
Oh, my bad.
But it's at the show 7 podcast. Golly, let me tell you that again. Let me try that again. At the show podcast 7 on Twitter. There you go.
There you go. Easy for you to say.
It is. And as far as introductions, do we need to do introductions? Or you just got to figure out who we are?
Hey, I'm Happy Harry, and this is my boy Tyson. Their introductions.
Introduced.
We'll get it to where it's not so forced.
Well, you came in and threw it off. You should have just let me do it.
Well, that's because you're like, well, let's take episodes out. We don't need to do episodes. We'll just keep it clean. And then the first thing you say is episode 8. Just threw me for a loop. You just went into business for yourself.
You think Michael Buffer gets interrupted when he's doing his thing? No.
Well, when Michael Buffer introduces Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan standing right in fucking front of him, yeah, I bet somebody's interrupting him.
He's not gonna say, well, I'm pretty sure someone at some point has interrupted him and then say make sure to say this, and then he has to now does he have to start all the way over to get right?
Wait,
he probably has to meditate to get into the right mindset.
Which one are we talking about? The UFC guy or the WCW guy?
I don't know.
All right.
I was talking about the WCW guy.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm confused because which one's in UFC? Bruce?
Sure. I want to say that because I want to call the guy from WCW Bruce, but I think he's Michael. I don't. It doesn't really matter.
I think Michael is WCW. Bruce is UFC.
Yeah.
Now he gets crunk too, though.
Yeah, I like him better.
He's jumping around in front of the people.
Yeah. He reminds me of those fight videos on World Star where the guy that's about to fight is just standing still, and then his friends behind him are just jumping like hyenas.
There was one. He was introducing the person, and the camera panned around, and he's literally standing right in front of the person as he's and he's holding out his cue cards, the reigning and defending. He's right there in his face.
Apparently, he got into an altercation with a fighter in like an elevator or something. He
Oh,
he has like
he
the
looks
story.
like it.
Yeah, yeah, he looks like a scrappy little dude.
Like he looks like he wouldn't back down.
Right.
Like you want it? You want some?
Or at least he would be the type that would try to bluff you to the point where if the person he's trying to bluff escalates it to where he can't back out, then yeah, he just goes for it. But
And doesn't care at all.
nope.
Like he's crazy enough to think he'll win the fight, even though this is like a trained assassin essentially.
Right. I don't know. Apparently, he got a couple of shots in. You have
Was
to
it
listen
like
to his.
a now? Is this like a heavyweight fighter, or are we talking about like a light heavyweight or a featherweight? Because
I
you know it's a featherweight.
I to tell you the truth, I don't remember the actual fighter. So it wasn't like it was Tank Abbott or anything like that.
Yeah, he ain't he ain't talking to Oversteam like that.
Right.
Get his get his head spinned around like it's a freaking pinata.
Are you talking about Alistair Overeem?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know that dude. I don't. He might not be like this killer, but he looks like it.
He
You're running into him in the alley,
he looks like Johnny Bravo to me.
but he has
Where
like a 100 pack.
yeah, well, Johnny Bravo was all upper body, no lower body.
He sure was. I mean, who needs lower body?
I mean,
If I
Alistair
had a
did.
shirt, it would say "fuck leg day."
You would. Yes, you would.
Oh, maybe if you guys would like that shirt, that's a good shirt idea right there. I gotta monetize that. Put a one in the chat if you want that shirt. No one's here,
No one is here.
but if you're listening on the replay and you want that shirt, let me know in the comments. Fuck leg day, or something to that effect.
I bet just brainstorming here. I bet you're not the first person to have thought of that. So you might want to look into that.
I'm gonna venture to say yes, I am the first person.
Okay.
I would like, if I were a betting man, and I am, but if I were gonna bet on it, I'd bet a lot of money that I'm the first person to thought of that. A
Like how
lot of
much
money.
money?
I mean, like, put my rent payment down on it.
Oh, your rent payment.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I can't pay rent if I lose this bet, but I'm so confident that I'm gonna win.
Yeah. So
And then
if
that's how you gotta go offer to suck the person off to get your money back. Come on, man.
what if I were to produce a fuck leg day T-shirt? Would I get your?
Someone's already got it.
Well, I'm just
Uh,
saying. If I were to
I mean,
produce, you were confident. I'm just saying. What if I feel froggy?
I'm saying a simple Google search. I mean, maybe someone already has it, but I thought of it first. They stole my idea,
Oh,
and I thought of
okay.
it today. They got some kind of voodoo.
Gotcha. So all right,
But
that's a lot of filler. Why don't we tell the good people we're let's get into the meat and potatoes of everything.
well, we have to start off with a little bit of sad news.
Oh yeah.
Um, As news broke today, Dwayne Haskins, um, former Ohio State quarterback, currently, well, I don't know who he's currently with. He played
He's,
at Washington for a little bit. He also was with the Steelers. Um,
I think he was
he
with
was,
the Steelers. I think he was going to compete with Mason Rudolph and Trubisky and stuff. To
I
my
mean,
knowledge,
you would think he'd have a good chance at starting. But anyway,
right?
he's. Oh no! Oh no! This is bad.
So the this morning,
I don't even know if we can continue with this story.
well, what you were
Well,
saying? Good.
we're not making jokes, right, about him per se. But he was killed in a car accident. That news broke this morning. It was reported by his agent, Cedric Sanders, or Saunders. What was his name? I don't know the story behind how he was killed in a car accident. I don't know if like there was drugs or alcohol or what. That hasn't come out yet. Apparently he was. What was he doing? Running in the street?
I had I had heard that one avenue say that he was jogging on a highway or something like that. To me, it sounds like he was just exercising. Um,
On a highway?
well, I mean, if it's, I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if he was doing
That
something.
doesn't seem good or right. That doesn't seem like a logical story.
Well, if it's a highway, I mean, if it's a freeway, no. But if it's a highway, and I don't know if he's staying out in the country or something, I could see
I
that.
don't even think that sounds logical. I mean, maybe if you're like in a neighborhood running in the cul-de-sac,
Hmm.
I can see that being a story, but
Have you ever lived in the country in the middle of nowhere?
I have not.
I mean,
That's even worse. People still drive out there, and you know damn well they don't know what they're doing out there if they go out there.
and that's the risk you take when you drive, you run it on the road.
So he
But
was
yeah,
like on the
that's
side of the road.
yeah. I mean, that's what you have to do is just literally run on the shoulder of the road because there's no sidewalks.
Okay, is that his fault then?
No, and I'm not saying that it's his fault at all. I'm just saying all I'm saying is that I heard a news source say that he was jogging on the highway. And again, to me that doesn't seem like it would be, alcohol related unless it was like a Martin Lawrence type situation.
Well, I'm not saying he was alcohol related. I'm saying the person that hit him.
Oh,
Usually,
okay.
usually when you get hit by a car, it's alcohol related. Don't drink and drive, people.
Well, I don't know,
That's
man.
what we're getting at there.
I remember when we just graduated out of high school, there was a story. Some guy hit this little girl in his semi, but the sun was in his eye. He got manslaughter. So I mean, he wasn't drinking or anything. It's just one of those things. And
I mean, yeah, it's not 100%, but it definitely
it was Saturday morning. That's
doesn't help your cause to drink.
no, of course not.
Especially nowadays when you got like Uber and so many ways to get around. I mean, Uber's expensive, I get it, but
Oh
there's
yeah.
so many ways to get around.
Well, but unfortunately, we did lose a. He was 24. Damn,
Yeah,
makes
he
me
was
feel
young.
old. Now we were talking, we kind of sort of talking about this offline. You mentioned Adam Schefter. What? I don't want you to tell me until the show started. So
Oh yeah, so Adam Schefter, he broke the news. Maybe it wasn't him first, but he went on Twitter and he put out the information. Now his tweet, I'm gonna read it exactly how it's written.
okay,
So Dwayne Haskins, a standout at Ohio State, before struggling to catch on with Washington and Pittsburgh in the NFL, died this morning when he got hit by a car in South Florida. Per his agent, Cedric Saunders, Haskins would have turned 25 years old on May the 3rd. Now, can you see how that might be perceived as insensitive?
I mean, no, I get no, I can't. Me personally, what is it? The fact that he struggled to get on a couple teams, is that the bone of contention?
Yeah, why are you shitting on the man's career when you're talking about he's dead
He's not
or he
shitting on
died?
his career. He's
He did.
how is that shitting on his career? He struggled to fucking stay on. Not speaking ill of the dead. I don't know Dwayne Haskins. Didn't really follow his career. I do know that anytime that I ever read anything about him, it was because of you know silly little things like uh, when he went in the stands before the game was over or something like that. Remember that?
Was this at Ohio State or in the
Uh,
NFL?
this was Washington.
I don't.
He like went into the stands or like said hi to a fan or something. It was something fucking stupid. Like they were losing the game. It was over. They made a big deal out of nothing. But that's what I would hear about him.
Some kind of boneheaded thing. I mean, they're losing the game. What? He's not going to make it worse.
Yeah, but I mean, the reality is he did kind of struggle. So I mean, I don't is
But is this
is
the
it the
time to bring that up?
probably not, no, but I mean, he's a reporter. He's reporting the facts.
He
Look,
could also.
there's going to be plenty of people that are just going to arbitrarily, you know, turn Haskins into a deity, regardless of whether or not it's right or wrong. They're gonna talk about all these stories. People that probably just said hi to him once. They're gonna say how great he is. So I don't know for that little line, whatever. Now Gil Brandt, on the other hand, his was a little bit more insensitive. That I would see um, getting upset over. Adam Schefter is just. I would think if I was close to Haskins or affected by this more than just as a sad football fan, um, I would think that there'd be bigger things to worry about. That's my take.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe again. I don't think this is the right time to say something like that. I don't know. You could just say Dwayne Haskins, Ohio State standout, um, former NFL quarterback with Washington and Pittsburgh. That's all you have to. You don't have to say he was struggling. What is? Does that add to the story? No.
But I mean, it gives I don't know, it's accurate. That's all I'm going to
It
say.
is. Yes, it's accurate.
So I
I
mean,
mean, I personally wish he was still in Washington because beat them 2 times a year
right.
as a Cowboys fan.
I don't know. I just see it. Maybe it's a little cold and Spartan, but I don't know. I just think that it's a little oversensitive.
I guess. But he is taking some heat for that.
Yeah. So you clearly disagree with me. So I mean, tell me why I'm wrong.
It's purely off of timing. I
This
think there's, another place to do that kind of thing.
okay. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, and I don't think you're wrong. I just I just don't think it's a big deal. That's all. I don't think it's worth getting
Well,
upset over at
yeah,
all.
people are probably blowing it out of proportion for sure, but
I mean, you could roll your eyes or just whatever, but I mean, start lighting the torches and getting the pitchforks. I don't think that's not in this one.
it's one of those things where whichever side you see is right, you know?
Right. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a sociopath or something, or maybe I just I don't know. But do you want to go over the Gail Brandt comments,
Yeah,
or are
fill
we
me in
just?
with that one. What did he say?
Well, he was doing an interview, and I'm just going to paraphrase because he said a lot, but he essentially said that Haskins was known for doing kind of boneheaded things, and that basically he should have stayed in school for one more year, or and he wouldn't have made the mistake of jogging on the highway, which is that's where I got the highway jogging from. I don't know if that was ever clarified or not from my source, but now to me that's worse. Timing, situation, story, anecdote, you know, all those things.
Yeah, it's pretty equally bad. Like, well, I would. You're right. It's worse. Let me, let me backtrack there. It is worse.
Yeah, we're about to come to blows. Equally bad. I don't know. I I know he was a record setter in Ohio State, and I appreciate that. As an Ohio State fan, I appreciate that he helped the Buckeyes. I wish he was better in the NFL. Maybe he would have been too. I mean, shit, he was 24. He had a lot of years ahead of him. So, and I'm sure Mike Tomlin would have worked with him. Um,
Yeah, he at least had another run in him.
but I mean, more importantly, a young man lost his life. So, it's just sad.
Yeah, that is the ultimate takeaway.
Um, so, anything else on Mr. Haskins?
Uh, no, I think we're good there.
Okay.
I, I honestly, I didn't know too much about him.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. Like I said, I didn't hear positive things about him. It just dumb shit, nitpicky things.
yeah, I know about his. I know he was at Ohio State. I
Mm,
know he was at Washington. Again, as a Cowboys fan, played him 2 times a year, so
right.
know that much of him. But when they weren't playing the Cowboys, I wasn't paying attention.
Sure.
So there's that. Um, but yeah, rest in peace,
Rest in
dear
peace.
sir. Um, moving on to our next story, NFL still. Mr. Debo Samuels
Oh,
has unfollowed. Oh no, unfollowed the 49ers on Instagram.
that'll show him.
He actually doubled down and he changed um his profile picture to, I guess, just like a black circle.
Okay.
So, he doesn't have the uniform in his profile picture either.
No, I, I I know there's more to this, but how the fuck does Debo Samuel's Instagram picture and avatar and all that shit? How did the 49ers get affected by that?
Well, because he's in a contract negotiation with them. He's trying to be the highest paid receiver, I guess, in the
Well, no,
league.
no, no. I get that, but my question is, Debo Samuel, he changes his picture and he unfollowed the 49ers. And I believe he remove all relation to the 49ers from his Instagram. Instagram.
Yeah, his Instagram.
Okay, so my question is, how is that supposed to negatively affect the 49ers?
Because he's not happy. That's his way of telling people he's not happy,
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
That's just, I don't know. That's just the times we live in. You unfollow someone on Instagram, that's the story. You don't have to, like old times you had to go to the newspaper and talk your shit, but now you just click a unfollow button.
I just don't see how. I don't know. If I was a CEO of a company and somebody unfollowed me, or not
Yeah.
CEO, if I was, if I was an executive of an NFL team and some wide receiver unfollowed me, I was like, oh, okay, that sucks. I would just go about my business.
Oh yeah, if you're thinking of it that way.
Like, you're not getting any revenue.
I c- can you imagine like going to your personal job and unfollowing them if you're even following them, on social media? I personally, I'm not even following my job, and I wouldn't. But you know, if I did, and then I unfollowed them, and then that becoming a story. Oh, you unfollowed. Get called into the boss's office. Hey, we noticed you unfollowed us.
Right.
What? You want to tell us more about that?
No, I couldn't imagine. Just you would think because you hear stories about John Gruden being so busy that he has to sleep overnight at the offices and stuff. Like, I don't know. You would just think with the stories of how much they have to do that there would not be time to worry about such nonsense. But it is the NFL.
I don't even know. I mean, they probably know about it now, but I bet you they didn't even know. And again, let's point out that these geeks who figure this information out,
Oh
because
yeah.
again, in order to figure this information out, you have to go to their page, you have to click on their profile picture, you have to click on following, and then look through that list to see who they're following and not. So these geeks are sitting there doing this daily to figure out who they're following and not.
Yeah, I think it is pretty excessive to want to go through that many steps just to see who's friends with who.
Yeah, I mean, oh, there was this. Did you ever have a MySpace?
Yeah, a long time ago.
There was a tweet underneath it that said, it said, in other major news, the 49ers are not in his top eight on MySpace either.
Oh,
And that was like, that would that would actually be a bigger story. Well, if MySpace was still a thing.
right.
Let me know. Let us know in the comments if you had a MySpace.
This is this is unrelated, but you know how Elon Musk bought those shares for Twitter? Have you been paying attention to that?
No, I did hear about it. I thought it was a joke, but
Yeah, he
I
bought.
heard it's like partial owner to Twitter now.
I don't know about that. He's like majority stockholder or something. I don't know. He bought a shit ton of shares, and everybody's making a big deal about it. Um, but the
Maybe
Babylon
I should buy
B,
some shares.
maybe. I don't know.
How much is the Twitter shares going for?
I have no
What,
idea.
like $10?
That'd be something you have to. Yeah, let me do a quick Google search. Twitter. Play me some music.
Well, you can't talk and search at the same
Oh,
time. Where
well,
were you going with that?
looking for the Twitter share price.
No, with
$46
Elon Musk.
23 cents. Oh yeah, so the Babylon Bee is a satirical news network. Uh, mentioned that Bill Gates bought MySpace for more shares than Elon Musk did.
Oh, so Microsoft now owns MySpace.
No, it was a joke. I guess I
Oh,
didn't tell it right. Sorry.
phew, right over my head on that one.
Yeah. No, I think that was me. I'll take the L on that one. My bad. I went off script, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
I was like, wow, that's actually major news. Maybe they bring it back.
I think it doesn't Justin Timberlake own it.
MySpace? Maybe.
I seem to remember that somebody owns it. It's still around. Why I don't know,
Yeah, it still exists.
but yeah,
I mean, it's like a music site now, I guess. I don't know.
it's like an underground music site.
Yeah.
Because Jay-Z's not on fucking MySpace. It's Titus, the dancing clown rapper.
It's the people who sell their mixtapes in trunks.
Yeah, or the Jujubes with their shitty garage band acoustics.
Have you ever been? You know, people still give out mixtapes, by the way.
Like the physical tapes.
Well, CDs, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Dude tried to hand me a CD mixtape.
Yeah,
Well, when I went to the store the other day,
you didn't take it.
I'm like, no, really? You got social media? Maybe I'll let that up. But I'm not gonna take your CD. I don't even have a CD player.
No, I'd
I
take it
don't
if
have
it's
a CD.
free. I mean, if you're just giving your talent out for free, I'll give you a listen. I was walking my dogs the other day.
Missed the point. I don't have a CD
I
player.
no, I heard you. That's easy to remedy. And if you have a computer, you have a CD player.
Uh, don't sound like a boomer.
Pardon?
I said, don't sound like a boomer.
How do I sound like a boomer?
They don't have disk drives anymore in computers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't
Oh.
need them. You see,
Well,
this
fuck
streaming
you.
thing is real.
Mine has a CD player. I just got it yesterday. It's got a CD player. This is this. Here's music. That's my fucking CD player, bitch. We're tell me there's no CD player.
There's no CD players. The
No.
streaming thing is really taken off. They've made some major advancements in Apple Music, Spotify. You know, people don't need CD players. Oh, Bluetooth. That's also a thing now.
I know what those things are. Jackass.
But yeah, they started putting them in years ago.
So you're telling me that if you have a laptop and it's got one of them little thingies that you eject, that's not going to play music. It's going to say, you know what? This thing can talk to somebody from the other side of the world and do complex calculations that you can't even think of. But if you want to listen to fucking Bette Midler's greatest hits, we can't do that. We can't accommodate that.
No, if it has one, yes, it'll do that. I'm just saying they don't put them in the devices anymore.
Oh, it's
So if you have one, it's an old device.
well, they're stupid. How the fuck are you supposed to listen to CDs?
You don't.
I thought you were all big physical media guy.
I am.
Why are you pushing for the
For,
digital all of a sudden now?
I mean, for
You just pimped
like,
Apple and Spotify, and
I'm
what's up with
saying
that? Are you getting some money that I'm not? Do we have a sponsor?
no, but I'm not gonna like carry around a binder of CDs
You're not
like
supposed to
my
carry
video
a
game
binder of
device.
CDs. Why would you carry a binder of CDs?
What are you gonna do? Hold, carry the one disc?
That's all you need. You just take the one disc that you want to listen to, and you put it back. Take the one disc that you want to listen to your car, listen to it to its completion. Then you take it out of your car, and then you put it back in with your collection. And if you're going on a trip that requires more than one disc, then you make sure you bring enough discs to allot that. And you also bring enough discs to accommodate the fact that you might get bored with the disc that you have. Because remember, there's a to trip and a from trip. So if you need like to double that to have a rotation that's entertaining enough to keep you off the, you know, keep your mind off the road, then
You
that's
know,
what you gotta do.
that sounds like a hazard now. Anyway,
How's
you
that?
gotta be looking down to get the CD out and put it in the that little slot.
Oh
You gotta
no,
you gotta aim in that little slot.
I'm used to aiming little things in slots. So
Uh oh. Uh oh.
I set that up for
There you go.
you.
See?
Yeah.
But yeah, all that to say, that's what Debo Samuels, he unfollowed his team on Instagram.
Well, as you can see, we're taking it very seriously.
Yeah,
The
this is like breaking news.
sports
If
world
you're
is
a
shattered.
49ers fan, I don't even know how like you're holding your life together right now knowing that information.
Yeah. So.
But, all joking aside, they do need him. I'll say that.
I
I mean,
don't
they're gonna
know.
lose. He was like their mighty multi-tool or Swiss Army knife for people who don't know Destiny.
He was their what was it, Brian Dawkins, or was it Brian Mitchell? One of the two. There's like an everyday or every like Swiss Army back that the Eagles had.
Dawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Devin Hester. Remember, he would play like everywhere. But this guy, Samuels, they line him up at running back, they line him up at receiver. He returns punts, kickoffs. He touches the ball a lot for them. I think there was like a graphic during the playoffs, like he was like, I don't know, 70, 80% of their offense.
Yeah.
I mean, Garoppolo was first in touching the ball, and then it was him.
Which says a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Garoppolo has to touch it every play, almost. But they were doing direct snaps to him also, so.
Well, I'm sure they'll figure it out.
I, for one, hope they don't, and he can come to Dallas.
No, Dallas can get Odell.
He's going to Cleveland,
He ain't going to no
and he's
Cleveland.
gonna. Apparently, you guys are gonna be the new Patriots, whatever that even means.
Oh yeah, you did. Who said that?
Odell.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't he?
And no, he's not suggesting that you guys are gonna go on this dynastic run of 6, 7 Super Bowls.
No, see, the Rams want him back. He ain't officially with the Browns yet.
Yeah, so why is he even saying that?
I don't know that. Maybe the hair dye is getting to his brain.
I told you, he won that Super Bowl. Now it's going to his head.
He always seems like he has his head up his ass. I don't know.
Yeah, he had that catch, and then that. I mean, at least he didn't like go complete Terrell Owens.
No, he
Terrell
didn't seem
Owens.
like a bad dude. He just seemed kind of like Prince, or you just think you're larger than life.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he thinks he might be like the best receiver, the GOAT. When you
And
got people
really,
like, it's not even the best receiver on his team.
he's not.
Like, Cooper Kupp is better than him.
Like,
And if we're going into, oh, I can't talk about the Browns. I don't know who else is catching the ball over there.
I heard that they want to try to bring Landry back. We'll see. Oh, the Mari Cooper.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that guy. Mm, that's a toss up on
Yeah.
who's better. Because they're both not that good. Sorry.
Yeah, but I don't think there aren't any expectations with Cooper. Um, and even though Odell Beckham is just that one catch, a physical altercation with Josh Norman, and failing in Cleveland, his expectations are a lot higher for some reason.
Oh, now he's a Super Bowl winner.
Yeah, yeah, he's a Super Bowl champion. I wouldn't say he's a Super Bowl winner.
I mean, well, he did get hurt during the Super Bowl, so
Of course
he
he
did
did.
nothing to help him win the Super Bowl, but he was having a breakout playoff season.
Yeah. Not as good as Cooper Cup.
In the playoffs, yeah, he was. He was actually having a better playoff than Cooper Cup.
Did he win this game winning catch?
He was
Or
hurt.
is that Cooper Cup? Refresh my memory. Who won the Super Bowl?
You, are you remembering that he was hurt? He wasn't even on the field?
It's okay. I think they're hurt when he's on the field, so
Oh, there you go. Let's get on to our next story. There's no, there's, there's no easy way to transition to the next story but that, right?
Nope.
What is our next story? Next up, we got Tiger Woods. He's in the news. He's actually in the Masters. He's back.
Yeah, I heard he played well. That's all I got.
He did. He he. I know he qualified for. So how they do the golf tournaments, right? It starts on Thursday or Friday, and then you qualify for the next day, and then the major thing ends on Sunday.
Okay.
So he qualified on Friday, and he was playing today. I don't know if he qualified today. What I do know is they were watching every moment of him playing today.
Oh wow.
So let's see if he qualified.
Oh,
And if he did qualify,
it's like back in the day when the cameras would only follow Tiger Woods.
yes, they were following. I mean, the crowd. You would think it was just like the Tiger Woods show.
Oh yeah, well that's because it was. Let's be real.
Yeah, he's their star.
Yeah,
Now,
the only time somebody else got more press is when John Daly showed up shirtless and drunk. But he managed to out headline Tiger Woods for the wrong reasons.
yeah. So brings up a good topic of conversation. Do you think golf needs Tiger? Like, does he need to be good for golf to be relevant?
Um, I mean, it hasn't really been relevant since he's been gone. So, I mean, although relevant is what's relevant to you and me might not be the same as what's relevant to
I'm not talking about the people who like
are
are
big fans
deeply
of
ingrained in golf.
super golf fans.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're like waking up at 7 in the morning to watch the Masters.
okay.
I'm
So you're
talking
just
about like the
the
casual,
casuals.
bringing in the casual.
Oh, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
Um.
Tiger Woods was like I know everybody says like Jordan and stuff is like the best, but I think Tiger Woods is underrated for what not only what he accomplished in the short time he was on top, but just the fact that he made golf uh, a popular sport.
Yeah, like if you didn't even have to watch golf to know who Tiger Woods was,
Right.
or still is.
He always seemed to, I don't know, aside from his entanglements, um, he's pretty much kept his nose clean.
And even in that, I don't. Was that even his fault? Like, didn't he just
Um,
get attacked because of the whole cheating thing?
well, yeah, I, from what I remember, basically he crashed into a car or something, and I remember I remember reading that his wife was there, and something told me that like, oh, she was probably chasing him with a golf club, like just something. That was my immediate reaction, like, oh, he's cheating, and sure enough, he was cheating. He was cheating a lot.
Or was he cheating? Like he got his money worth on the cheating thing.
But I don't see how that made. I don't see why we had to give a shit about that though. Like, I don't know. He's arrested? No. Okay. So you're not charging him with anything? No, no, we're not charging him anything. Okay. So why is this news?
It was news because it was Tiger Woods.
And then and then the media. Oh, Tiger Woods, throughout his career, he's had this perfect little setup where he picks the questions. Not anymore. He's gonna have to answer for his sins. It's like, I don't know. Who gives a fuck?
Like, wasn't he banging like Denny's waitresses and stuff?
He was getting around.
Yeah, I think there was like a Denny's waitress. Like, man, you're just like really scraping the bottom of the barrel there. I mean, IHOP, I would be able to see that more.
Yeah.
It's like going to the Waffle House, trying to pick up one of those ladies.
Ugh.
You know, those ladies are like usually old.
They look like they can take a punch for sure.
They got that seven, that deep, like 7 pack a day smoker look
Yep.
for years. Look like a catcher's mitt. But they gave great service though. I'll give them that.
But yeah, I do think
Uh,
Tiger Woods being relevant is a good thing. Because the only thing else you have is John Daly being naked and drunk. So you can either see the best of the best or some asshole act like a buffoon. I'd rather see the former versus the latter.
yeah, so it actually looks like he did not qualify for tomorrow.
Well,
So
guess guess that means nothing then. At
yeah,
least he's back
but
playing though, because wasn't he like in an accident or something?
he had surgery, back surgery,
Oh, okay.
and he's been out with that. And I don't know, he keeps. That's just what's kept him out. His back issues. Apparently today when he was playing, the back issues crept back up. So
Oh, bummer.
he still was able to finish. Just he was in pain.
Which that's amazing to me that you can just get injured playing golf.
I mean, he might have thrown his back out with those women he was watching.
Well,
Slipped his disc out of place.
okay, yeah, I could see that too. Yeah. So, anything else with Tiger?
Um, no, I mean it is amazing that he was able to play well day one.
Yeah.
But I think I'm rooting for the guy. I think I don't like golf, but you know when he is relevant, I do watch. Golf is just one of those sports like
It's fun to
at
play
the
when you're
end
drunk,
you start.
but when you're
Well,
watching it, it's
you
not
get
that
into
great.
it at the end, like you know they're down to the last. I don't know the last 9 holes, and every putt matters. It's interesting then.
No,
I
I
remember
guess.
there was a guy, I don't remember his name, Johnson something. He was set to win the He was set to win one of the tournaments. All he had to do was make the putt. One of two chances he had to make the putt, and he missed them both.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, like you got 2 shots. You just gotta sink this 40-foot putt, and you are the champion. He misses the first one. Now he didn't miss it like wildly. It's gets closer to the hole.
Hmm.
Now the second putt he's got an even closer putt, and he missed that too.
How do you think the pressure compares to like a game-winning field goal?
Um, I mean, I think it's more. There's more pressure on the putt than the
Yeah.
field goal.
Why is that?
Those putts are not easy to make. The field goals are a little bit easier, as in you have the field goal is a lot wider.
Have you kicked a field goal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not like not like with a game on the line or anything, but I've kicked a field goal.
How far was your yardage, bro?
So you know, every once in a while I'll go out to the football field, local high school, whatever, put the ball on the tee, and I'll just keep kicking it, see how far back I can make it.
Okay.
Um, I think the last time I tried, I hit a 35 yarder.
So, not very good.
That's good.
That's not good.
It's good.
You might as well just be kicking
You
special.
could you couldn't hit a 35 yarder.
I don't want to hit a 35 yarder.
You couldn't.
I don't want
You
to.
shouldn't have to want to. You
I
couldn't.
don't want to.
There's
Doesn't
nothing wrong.
matter. Doesn't matter. I don't want to. I don't have to.
You don't have the option to.
I don't have the time. I'm better than that.
That's what I'm saying.
But
You
for
don't
the
have the
record,
option.
if I wanted to, I could do well over 35.
No, you couldn't.
I could. It'd be easy. I have kickers in my family. It's my bloodline.
Well, how far do you think? How far do you dream that you can hit a field goal?
How far could I hit it? I don't know.
What, 70, 80 yards?
What are the wind conditions? Is the back to
I don't
me,
know.
or is the wind to my back? Is it
No
really
wind.
windy?
How about that? No wind.
Zero wind.
Zero wind.
Is it snowing?
No snow. Sunny day.
No
Zero
snow.
wind.
Are there a lot of bees and
No rain.
pollen?
No. Perfect conditions.
Perfect conditions.
You're indoors, as a matter of fact. You're indoor.
Okay. What if somebody has a laser pointer?
I don't think
Gets-
anybody would be watching
All right, fair enough. Realistically, I probably wouldn't make it. Give me a couple of tries. A field goal.
you. No, you're saying you wouldn't make it. Make what? You're not even. You didn't say the yardage.
Oh,
Or are you talking about any?
no, I could see if it was extra point. If it was extra point length, I could see me getting that in like 1 or 3, 5 tries. Because it'd be one of those things where, well, hold on, it'd be one of those things where I'd be like, oh, this is easy, and then I don't kick it right or something.
Kick it straight.
Yeah, that too.
Like straight. Like, man, how do I get it over the crossbar?
Yeah, kind of like when you play tennis and getting it over that net.
Boy, tennis is not easy.
That's for warriors.
I can hit it over the net if I'm serving, but past that, it ain't getting back over the net.
Yeah.
If the person actually happens to hit it back to me, then they get the point.
I guess that's a good way to tell how good the person you're playing is again. How good the person that you're playing against is. If they
It's
just
they
keep
can
hitting the net.
return it.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I played, it was just a battle of serves
Right.
because no one could return it. And you try to help the person by hitting it towards them, can't even do that. It's like, you think I can control where this thing is going? I'll be lucky to get it over the net.
Yeah, I remember the first time I hit it over the net, and it felt like I won the Super Bowl.
I can't play tennis anymore though, because I make the Serena noises, and it embarrasses people. I'm like, what? That's how you play. Ugh, ugh.
Ah! Yee! Ooh!
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to play. If you're releasing power, that's that's just the sound that comes out.
I like to do them like Arnold, like ah, ah.
Would you ever die for it? Die for on the clay or the court?
Depends.
I'm talking about you now, not like you in high school, because you know we did that for fun in high school.
Right.
But
It's it.
now, in your age, knowing the consequences of hitting that hard floor.
You don't think I can take a bump anymore? My
I'm
bump
just saying.
card hasn't run out. I still got it.
I'm just saying. Bumps are like life decisions now.
No,
You can't just take them for fun anymore. You gotta think about it real hard.
I don't know. It depends on the conditions. Is the wind to me?
Sure. Do you need the win?
I don't think it really matters. No, but no. If it's like a game-winning point or something, I could see diving for it. But
That'd be funny to see. Like a all out dive.
yeah,
I know myself, I wouldn't go for it. If I have to dive, you know, it ain't gonna be pretty afterwards.
no. Well, and then of course when you do dive, you run the risk of just hitting the ball wildly, possibly into somebody. So I'd still do it. Fuck it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just like for me though, sitting on the floor is like a life decision.
Yeah.
Like, man, if I sit down there, am I gonna be able to get back up? My leg's gonna fall asleep.
Well, maybe I'm just a physical specimen because I don't have those ailments.
You don't think about that kind of stuff?
No.
That's crazy. Now you will.
Nah.
You can, you doing a lot of sitting on the floor over there?
Actually, no. No, no. I crawl around with the
When's the last
dogs.
time you've been on the floor?
Uh, this afternoon.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about on the floor, like the floor.
This afternoon.
No, you didn't.
What are you talking about? I was on the floor.
Sitting?
Well, I was crawling. I was
That's,
lying.
that's crawling is so much easier. I'm talking about sitting.
You. How is crawling easier than sitting?
Because you're pretty much up if you're crawling. You're just on your knees. You just gotta like swing your foot a little bit. You're sitting, you gotta like turn to get up.
Mm. Yeah, but all the energy that you exude.
And plus, it's a lot harder to sit than it is to crawl. I make it sound like I'm so out of shape.
Okay.
I'm not out of shape. I mean, I am out of shape, but I'm not that out of shape to where sitting is a hard thing. But
Ugh.
on the floor, that's different.
I
Double
don't have
jack or
any
kick it up.
problem sitting myself.
I also sit 90% of my day for work.
Yeah. Which is interesting. You should ask your work to get you one of them stand-up desks.
I actually wanted to get one of those for my personal thing for the
Yeah.
podcast, of course.
I find them to be overrated.
But they have buttons you push.
Psst.
Hey, if someone wants to sponsor us, by the way, and send us a stand-up desk, me, and you just said it's overrated. If you want to send me a stand-up desk, feel free,
Yes, I
and I'll
appreciate.
plug you if it's good, of course.
Of
I'm just
course.
gonna plug anybody. But you want to go into some of our wrestling talk?
Sure. What do we want to start with? You want to start with Cody's big return, if you want to call it that.
Let's end there.
What's on
Let's
there?
start with yeah, because I think that's gonna take the most time.
All right.
We got there's so much to cover there. Start with like an easy story. Tammy Lynch, or I'm sorry, Tammy Cinch,
Uh,
aka Sunny,
Sunny days.
once again has been arrested.
Dude, apparently she's been arrested quite a few times.
She has. I mean, we're only in the fourth month of the year of this year. She's been arrested 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's working on like she's almost one arrest a month. Why does she keep getting out? I don't know.
Right.
But
She
this
has.
time she gets arrested for what did she get arrested for? This
Uh,
one was it the manslaughter?
well, they don't know if it's potential vehicular manslaughter. She ran into a car that had a 75-year-old man who died in the hospital, I believe. Um, I think I think what's kind of holding things up is they're awaiting toxicology results. Um, so they either believe that she was under the influence of something or drinking.
Let me help you. She was under the influence. Of course she
Was
was under the influence.
Are you
She is.
speculating, or was that reported or confirmed?
That's not reported.
Oh,
Or
okay.
not
Gotcha.
speculating. I'm
Gotcha.
saying
Gotcha.
that's what it is.
Okay. I mean, look, innocent until proven guilty and all that stuff. But I mean, if we want to go based on past behavior and historical numbers, yeah, you're probably right. It is exactly what they say it is. But I mean, I don't know. That just seems
Yeah, I
like a
mean,
silly reason to.
excuse me, just on DUIs alone, she's been arrested 6 times for that.
God, how does she still have a license?
I don't know. I don't know how she keeps getting out. But yeah, so to say that this would be number 7 is not that big of a stretch. I don't know if she doesn't even have one of those. You ever seen one of those things where you gotta like blow into the steering wheel before you even turn the car on?
I've heard about them. I
Or
don't know if I've
whatever it
actually seen
is.
one in action. When I had my DUI, I just couldn't drive. So the breath, the breathalyzer thing was not a concern for me.
Oh, well, yeah. So they got this thing now where it's like in the steering wheel, you have to blow into it, and if you don't pass, then the car won't start. How that happens, I don't even know, but it happens. The technology behind that.
Well, I hope it works out.
But yeah, I don't even think she has one of those things. She just keeps somehow getting out of jail to make more mistakes. Um, she's been arrested for like armed robbery.
Yeah.
Um, there was one something about terroristic threats,
I think she tried to
assault
stab
weapon.
somebody uh, in front of the cops. I think that was the terroristic threats, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, possession of a deadly weapon, but that was not a gun. So what that was is, and that could be another story in itself.
Right.
Um, and again, these two things this happened this year, and then now she has this hitting this vehicular manslaughter.
Well, I mean, she's been a train wreck for quite some time. So
Yeah, she's really going downhill
she's been downhill,
in,
and
in all of life.
it's really funny that you know having that shitty porno is not going to be the lowest part of her life. It should have been, um, but yeah, it's could have been avoided. Don't drink and drive, folks.
Yes, I guess that's the overarching story of today. Don't drink and drive. Too many stories like this.
Yeah.
She could almost been the one that hit. Oh, yeah.
Well, just think, she's semi-famous, and we're normal. We're normal fucks. Do you think we get six chances at DUIs? Shit.
Yeah, just as a DUI, they put you under the jail. Like, we got a special place for you.
Right. So we're just waiting on toxicology reports. It's probably not going to be. I'd say unless there's a miracle, um, probably not going to be. I just lost my train of thought.
Well, let's just say something
um,
needs to happen where she's out for a
yeah.
while.
Thank you. Yeah, she's SOL. Let's just say that. Unless baby Jesus smiles down on her.
Well, she needs to be in for a little bit. Calm down, lady.
Well, she has been. That's the thing. She's been locked up. So I don't know. Maybe it has to be the point where it's got to be locked up for longer than a couple years. But I'm sure they'll suss all that up once all the facts are gathered, and then yeah, it's just sad considering happens to be one of the ladies that I would enjoy on Monday Night Raw.
Boy, she had her days.
She sure did. No, she's she's having other days now. So, anything else on Sunny?
I don't. I don't think so.
Okay.
We've said all we can say
All right.
about her. Get her off the street.
So, what else is going on in the wrestling world?
What else do we have? We have Nash Carter. Did you hear about this story?
I sort of. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that there was a tweet alleging abuse that was immediately removed. Then there was some sort of investigation. Um, he ended up winning the titles, but then a picture came out of I guess his girlfriend all battered, and then I guess a subsequent photo of him with a stupid mustache and his hair combed like Hitler, and they determined that the stupid photo outweighed the lady's photo. Is that kind of where we're at?
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it on the head. So he was released by WWE.
Okay.
Um, and if you don't know who he is, he was a tag team specialist in NXT. He was formerly with Impact Wrestling before that. Um, he he has a ex. I assume she's an ex-wife now. Uh, the day he wins the title at Stand and Deliver, which was this last weekend, WrestleMania weekend, um, she releases a photo, and the photo was like of her bruise, right?
Okay.
This was like a year old photo. Pay attention to these timings when I tell you all this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So this photo is a year old. She says, this is your new champion. Look what he did to me. Not the exact phrase of what she said, but that's just a paraphrase of it, right? Look what he did to me. He beat me, and he said, "You're a wrestler. You should be used to it," or something to that effect.
So wait, the picture of her with the split lip, that's a year old.
Yeah, that was a year.
Okay.
Now, she is a wrestler. She's a wrestler for Impact. Um, but yeah, she releases this. Apparently, people were all over her character. I didn't go down that rabbit hole, but apparently she is a shady character, and the fact that she was saying a lot of different things
Mm-hmm.
just to just to try to get to him,
Right.
and finally she does that one. No one believes her. Well, I should say, you know, WWE, they have this thing where they don't automatically assume, oh, you have these allegations, you're out. They'll do their investigation. If it's proven that it turns up something, then you get released on that. So they had no time to investigate this. So now people think he got fired because of the allegations, but that's not the case. What he got fired for was she also apparently released a picture of him from now 7 years ago, where he decided one day while he was shaving to cut his mustache like Hitler, do a little comb over like Hitler, and do the Hitler pose.
Okay.
And that is what got him fired.
See, I don't know. My understanding is that he wasn't wearing any clothes in that picture.
He was shirtless,
Okay. So,
and it was like a waist up photo, so, you know,
and he had a
it
full
was
beard
something.
before that, right?
I don't know what it was before that,
Okay.
but that was enough. His little Hitler pose was enough. Can we say that on YouTube, Hitler? I don't even know.
There's Hitler documentaries. So,
No. Well, we don't want to like be getting demonetized.
oh
No one
no.
want to do this, but you practice. You got to practice perfect.
Yeah. I don't know. Personally, I think the obviously the domestic abuse allegations are worse, but I don't know. It's tricky because you want to give the person due process, but at the same time, you want to do the right thing as well immediately.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she waits a year to bring this information up
Yeah, that I
on
got a
his
problem with.
biggest day. On his biggest day, his tag team partner even came out and said, you know, he's been living with us for the past, you know, several months, so he's not even like talking to her. So they're pretty much saying this is false information. And oh, by the way, she's a wrestler, so that photo could have been like her after a match
Right, of
where she
course.
was busted up.
Well, and she
So
even alluded to it that that's the reason why he abused her or something. Like, oh,
yeah, because she was
you're always marked up. They'll never catch me. It's kind of the impression I got from that side.
yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
and by the way, she a day after he gets fired, she deletes her Twitter.
Yeah.
So there's another thing. And um, new part of the story was she had just got served with divorce papers,
Okay.
and then the either the next day or a day or so after that, that's when she releases the photos. So the
Yeah, I don't
timing,
know.
I don't know, it the timing makes it seem like it's just
A
a
little too
scorned
coincidental.
ex-wife.
Yeah. Well, and maybe he beat the shit out of her too, and that's why she was scornful.
And did you get the part where I said she deleted everything after he
Yeah,
got fired?
I did.
Like, and also, why why is this all being played out on Twitter? Why is this not, I don't know, being played out in the police
Because
station?
Twitter's above the law now.
Apparently.
That's like whenever anybody dies, everybody runs to Twitter to see everybody's reaction to said death. Local and regional and national news people, they refer to Twitter for 90% of their actual news and information content. They're so lazy that they just, oh, this person said on Twitter instead of actually fucking interviewing the person themselves and getting a comment.
I will say Twitter is a great source for information. By the way, follow us on Twitter at the show podcast.
That will be the best decision of your life. Follow us.
But it's such, Twitter's got such quick news though. So it is a good source for news.
I don't know. I
Just
don't
gotta
like that
watch
they.
out for the agendas.
Yeah, I don't like that they fact check stuff. I was like, well, who's fact checking your fact checkers?
Twitter fact checks?
Yeah, on certain things. Probably yeah, you probably know.
I mean, probably don't need to go down that road.
Nah.
But I'm just saying, if you're saying it, you probably should. It should be factually correct if you're saying it.
No, I
If it's
agree.
something that if it's something that needs to be factually correct. Like if you're just saying, the sky's orange, don't
Right.
need to. There's nothing,
You gotta back it
that
up
needs.
somehow.
Well, no, you could just perceive it to be orange.
Well, why would you just blindly just assume like that? That's an assumption. If you don't look for your own two eyes or have some, you know, definitive proof or understanding, water becomes
It's
clear.
like it's like Mr. George Costanza once said, "It's not a lie if you believe it.
That's true.
If you say the sky is orange and you believe it, maybe you're colorblind and you see it as orange, or
Maybe.
maybe you get it on a sunset. It's orange during sunset."
But
But if
since
you're saying something like, I don't even have an example, but if it's something that like needs facts behind it, then yeah, this should 100% be fact check. I know people it doesn't stop people from making stupid comments underneath stuff.
well, my issue is who's deciding who the facts are or what the facts are. Because if there's something that's said that's so important that you need a third party to determine whether or not that's bullshit, as opposed to the people that are having the discussion deciding that for themselves, then who's saying that? Because that's ultimately going to
Well, here's the
decide.
thing about facts, or it should be the thing about facts. Doesn't matter who checks it. If they're facts, they're facts.
Right. Well,
We're not talking about opinions.
some facts get skewed, especially today. And we don't have to get. I'm not trying to get us into a whole rabbit hole or anything like that.
How could you skew facts? They're facts.
Uh,
Uh, they're facts. Again, we're not talking about opinions. We're talking about facts.
well, just look at.
Oh, what are we talking about here? Facts, not opinions, which I died for.
The game, the love, game that I die for. Talk about practice. Not
Yeah,
the game. Not the game. Practice.
practice. A little
Playoffs?
bit a little bit of Allen Iverson reference for you guys.
Yeah, he said so many times he just started giggling because he knew it was ridiculous.
I mean, I get it. When you're on a rant and you just keep saying it because you
Oh,
want it
yeah,
to
yeah.
like stick out.
Sure.
Practice, practice. Like you just get stuck saying it because, like, I can't believe I'm saying this. Practice. Oh, sorry, taking a drink there.
It's all right.
But yeah, that's the Nash Carter story.
Well, I don't know. Seems like you can't sneeze in the wrong direction without getting the short end of the stick in those scenarios. So, but I mean, if he laid a hand on that lady, then he deserves everything he's getting.
Oh yeah, if he did.
Yeah. If.
I'm just, it's just looking real suspicious that these are just like a scorned ex trying to get even. Especially
Uh,
when you delete everything right after.
and
Like you get what you want, and then you delete everything.
she could be scorned and vindictive because she got her ass whooped the entire time she was with this dude too. So there's that angle.
There it is, yeah. I mean, if he did it, he deserves everything he's getting. But if he didn't, if he didn't, it brings up another thing that I want to say. Just throwing this idea out there. You know, when people make these allegations, it's always the person that's like on the other end that gets the punishment, right?
Yep.
When couldn't we turn it back? Like, let's say someone makes an allegation against someone, turns out to be completely false. Couldn't we then turn it back on the person who made the allegation, and then they get in trouble?
They should. I don't
Like, it
know.
should be a two-way street.
I think if there's a false allegation, whoever knowingly false like a Jesse Smollett type thing, I think that person should get whatever punishment the alleged crime would have been.
Yeah, there should be some repercussion there.
So I think basically you lying about the crime should be just as bad as somebody committing the crime against you.
Yes. Now, I'm not saying, like, if the person gets off, then you should get punished for that. Like, you know, if they beat the jury or whatever they convince the
Yeah.
jury. But
I mean, if
if
they
it
have their day
turns
in
out that
court
it's like,
and blah 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 blah, yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I was just saying, but if it turns out that you just like completely made this up to try to get them,
Right,
then you should get in trouble for it.
right. The prosecution should automatically start targeting you, and yeah, I believe you should get whatever sentence was going to be handed out to the innocent party that you got involved with that nonsense.
Yeah, and it would make people think twice about it for sure.
Yep.
Like, I'm not gonna. But again, if you're a victim of something, you should speak up about it
True.
and
And
be
not
free to.
wait 3 years to do it.
Well, now that's a realistic thing. You know, people have to work up the courage to talk about it, or you know, I don't know why I'm thinking about like Sandusky. You know, those people, they had to work up the courage to talk about it.
I guess I don't.
Like you got some dignity there still. You know,
Oh, so
if I'm getting if I'm getting got, I'm not just gonna run and tell someone about it. I'm gonna
right.
keep it to myself. I was trying to bury it deep and never talk about it. But you know, if I'm if someone comes out and then it's like, oh, okay, well now that it's out there, maybe it happened to me. But I'm not, never mind. Dude, I can't elaborate on what I want to say here.
Yeah, we should probably just move on.
But just the takeaway from that is it can be hard for someone to come forward with the information. So that's why sometimes it's years. And then in the case of like abuse, um, those women, like, they have to, make an exit plan or whatever. They're afraid for their lives or whatever the case may be. So it's understandable that can take a couple of years.
I don't know. I don't think you should be held accountable for something done years ago. that somebody's just now starting to, like, if it was discovered after the fact or something like that. Like, I don't know, they find find a whole bunch of dead cheerleader bodies under somebody's house. Okay, but I don't know. It's just
You're saying there's a statute of when you should be able to bring it up.
it's not even that. It's there is a statute of limitations. It's just I don't see that. To me sounds more vindictive than you're not doing it just to make sure it doesn't happen to anybody else. You're doing it for your own selfish reasons. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. See, this is why we would need the unfiltered podcast.
So we can really talk about it.
Yeah. So we can go. So we can dissect, if you will.
Yeah, because I can. I mean, just yeah, we would need a whole another segment. But if I was to put myself in this situation, because that's all I can really do. If I was like getting molested in the locker room,
I'm sorry. It's not funny.
it's not. But
Just the idea of you personally getting, just you, Tyson, getting. I'm not making light of molestation. Just Tyson's.
yeah, I mean, you know, if my coach comes in, ring it.
Sniffs your shoulders.
I'm bringing it. I can't even say. I can't even get it out. Ringing a dinner bell, talking about it's 6 o'clock. And you know, now I have to put my hands up on the wall to get my cheeks slapped.
Oh Jesus! Busting some cheeks.
Yeah. I'm not gonna like. It's gonna take me a while to actually tell someone that information. I'm not gonna like wear it on my sleeve. I'm not gonna be proud about it.
Right.
Oh yeah, this man did these things to me, and I took it.
Yeah, I
Like
can.
it might be years before I actually feel comfortable saying it. Oh, I'm in a different place in my life now. But let me tell you what happened 10 years ago when I was in college. You know, something like that.
I guess.
Now,
I mean, sure, but then at what point do you? Okay, so you waited. Instead of a crime was committed against you, and instead of immediately taking it to the authorities to one, get restitution, but two, make sure that this person is no longer on the streets to hurt people again. What?
sorry.
What?
Just visualizing it.
So, I mean, you either have a choice. You could either immediately get that satisfaction or you could live with it. I mean, I don't know. You kind of threw me off with your little outburst there, but
Sorry.
it's late here. My old
I'm just saying,
boomer brain
it's not
isn't
always,
sharp.
it's not so easy to just bring that information forward. You know, like
You can do it
hard-
anonymously. Like if your football coach busts your cheeks, you can slip a note under the principal's door. You don't even have to say who it was. You just say, "Oh, Coach so and so likes to bust cheeks." Clap those cheeks.
He puts on a shirt that says, he puts on a shirt that says Cheek Slayer when he comes to the ring. It's actually folded up in his bottom drawer if you want to,
Yeah.
in his office if you want to
next
take
to
a look.
next to his illustrated copy of Little Rascals. I don't know why. Yeah.
But and then there's also as a victim, there's that.
But then, I mean, you wait and then you wait and you wait and you wait and then like I don't know, lives evolve. I don't know. It just seems kind of.
But I get what you're saying. At some point, you just
You've
if you
made the
wait
choice that
enough,
you're
you
living
just
through.
take
You're
it to the
living with
grave.
it. Yeah. And like everybody wants to approach things with the assumption that the world is fair, and it's not. Sometimes shit happens and it just sucks. Like a 24-year-old quarterback dying on a Saturday morning.
Right.
But
My thing is though, it's like if you're waiting so long to bring this information to the authorities, where's the evidence at now? Like you don't have you've healed up or whatever the allegation is. It's probably hard to prove at this point. Now you're just going off of like he said, she said.
right.
But the Twitter police, that's enough for them. You, you get the allegations.
And that's another thing. The fact that they're so dialed into the story.
Oh man, if Twitter was a have you've watched the Dark Knight, the last one, um
Uh, Dark Knight Rises.
Rises
Yeah.
with
Yeah, I
Bane.
believe I did. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I picture the people on Twitter. When he was like sending everybody into the ice.
Yeah.
That's what people on Twitter. It's like you're guilty. Everybody's guilty. You want to walk the ice or death by ice. It's everybody.
Ugh.
And it's like you can kill me, but I'm not walking on that ice. That's Twitter. But we're coming to an end of the show here. I think we could close it out with a little Cody Rhodes news.
Cody Rhodes news.
And boy,
What?
there's a lot of it.
Okay. Now, he had a pretty good match with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Finally, fucking decided to show up.
Yeah,
So
Cody Rhodes is here. He showed up in WWE. Finally.
yeah, they stopped cock teasing us.
He now I have to go back on what I said a few weeks ago when we first started talking about this. I said he's not gonna be wrestling's only royal family. He's not gonna come up from the stage with the pyro and the music playing. He's not gonna go out there and cut unscripted promos. Well, he gets all of that.
Yeah.
Every last bit of that. Which is weird. Like, to the T, he gets all of that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he shows up at WrestleMania. He puts on a great match with Seth Rollins.
It pretty
Um,
much stole the show.
yeah, that was easily the best match
Yeah.
of WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
He then, next night, he goes to Raw. He has a promo talking about why he's in the company, essentially.
Yeah.
It was,
Which I gotta say, his promos are just dog shit.
Well, he's a storyteller.
But he's not a
You may
very good
not like his like
storyteller.
delivery. He's not a good storyteller. What are you talking
No.
about?
Come on, he's got one thing. Oh, I'm the son of Dusty Rhodes. I want him, Dusty Rhodes, to be proud of me. And he does his little thing where he pretends to break down and cry. I say pretends because he does it like every fucking time he talks now. Ever since Dusty died, he does that little voice crack in his promos.
I mean, you don't know. Maybe he's sad.
Maybe he
He
is
said
sad,
that
but
was his dad.
well, it's just very funny because reports were that Dusty wasn't as close to them as they would have liked, but then all of a sudden he's dead, and all of a sudden he's their hero and all that. I don't know. I guess that's irrelevant. What I'm saying is
Okay, Haskins.
what's that supposed to mean?
Or I should say, okay, Schefter.
Uh, Come on, that's all. Ever since he died, his dad died. That's all his promos have been, is making his dad happy. Which he was wasn't he the Ring of Honor champion?
Yes.
And he had that little ring instead of the belt. He started a new company. He started a new company that not only competed with Vince's company but outdid Vince's company. He was champion for that company. I mean, my God, how much more proud does fucking Dusty need to be in him?
Well, I will say that little tidbit. He didn't talk about that in AEW that much. Like he
Oh, it
mentioned
felt like
it.
he did.
He mentioned it, once or twice, but
Okay, fair enough.
he his he was more so a different Cody. Like since since he's been back in WWE, it's like all making my dad proud thing. Like that's that's the driving force right now. Is like, oh, I'm a Rhodes. I got to make my dad proud. And I'm a son of a plumber and all that.
Yeah.
Which he is, of course, but it seems like since he's been when he went back to WWE, they poured it on 10 times.
So you're saying it's WWE's fault?
Well, remember when we were talking about his promo, and I said he was not gonna, or we talked about script versus scripting.
Right.
So there was a report that his promo was scripted. He said it was not scripted. So if it was scripted, then yes, WWE is like telling him, push your father, push your father, push your father. Or maybe that's just like his thing to return. It's like, because Dusty Rhodes was pretty ingrained in WWE history.
Was
Like
he
that's
though?
where, yeah,
WWE history?
I'm sorry, WWF history.
No, I'm even WWF. He was the polka dot guy. Then he left, and then he went back to WCW. I mean, he was ingrained in
I mean,
wrestling
that's where I
history,
remember him
but
from.
WWF history. Oh, I
That's where I
remember.
remember him.
I remember him from when he was with Dick Murdoch and stuff.
I don't go back to the old stuff.
Oh, I do.
I remember him with his little polka dots and hitting the shake, rattle, and roll. And he didn't really do anything in that run.
No.
But his um, Cody's promo was saying, you know, my dad never won the title. I'm gonna win the title,
Yeah.
and I don't know. So it gives reason as a good promo for WWE standards.
I guess it's. I don't know. It just seems like he's done it before. Dusty's great. Dusty's my dad. I love Dusty. I'm doing this for Dusty. Hooray. Maybe I'm cynical. But
Well, I'm saying this stuff. This is not AEW Cody for that in that sense. In AEW, he was talking more about like
his legacy and what the road's name.
no, he wasn't even talking about that. Well, I would say like towards the end, since he had his daughter, it's been more about like racial equality and building a building something his daughter can look on and be proud of. Yada
So,
yada.
so he built something that he ran away from that his daughter can. Okay.
Well, it actually makes sense. I was watching him on The Bump, which is like a
It's a WWE YouTube show.
YouTube show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I,
don't know if it's a
I, I,
podcast. That's
I
what
was
I was.
just introduced to it today. It's fucking stupid as shit, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That
It's
it's irrelevant.
the people
My,
on the show. They're. I mean, you want to talk about shills? They're like the worst shills you can
yeah.
find. Everything, everything WWE does is just so great in their eyes. They can do no wrong. Oh, that was such a great match with Johnny Knoxville and and Sami Zayn.
Sure it
It's like one
was.
of the greatest matches in history. And then the biggest matches in history, which was also one of the biggest disappointments, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. But they're not going to tell you that it was a big disappointment. Like, to them, it was just the greatest thing. To anybody else watching Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, do you remember PlayStation 2, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain? And you can, in that video game, you can like preload all your finishers up to like I think to like 5 or 9,
yeah.
and then you do the match and it's pretty much just all finishers.
Uh huh. Was
That's what
that?
that match was.
That's pretty much a Brock Lesnar match.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Roman. I mean, yeah. I haven't
I
seen a
mean, yeah,
Roman match that's been that diverse in moveset either. I mean, he just does the spear and a couple punches. I don't know. I don't like Roman, so I'm
well, you've
biased.
probably only watched. I mean, if you've watched, probably watched him and Goldberg or him and Brock Lesnar or
That's
him and
true.
Braun Strowman. To
That's true.
those,
I mean, his opponents have. It's not like he's had like AJ Styles. You're right.
yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much just a power move fest.
Yeah.
But like when he wrestled Jey Uso, when he wrestled Edge and Daniel Bryan, that was also a pretty good match too. Um, but yeah, those are more like wrestling based, heavy move or got like wrestling heavy matches.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Brock Lesnar is just like it's just a Brock Lesnar match. Oh,
Right.
I'm gonna do F5s. You do Superman punches and spears, and then we'll do this. Keep doing it until the end of the match.
Well, apparently Brock retired.
He'll be back.
You think so?
Yeah, he's gonna get that Saudi money.
Yeah.
He'll
Okay.
be back.
What if he signs at AEW?
I don't think he would. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't.
think they wouldn't pay like
Yeah, Tony would be. He would be too stupid to pay him what he wants.
yeah. And that brings me back to what I was gonna say about Cody. So he was on the bump and he was talking about how his life has changed now because he has a daughter.
Right.
and it makes sense to why he went back to WWE. They were going to offer him, I said a couple of weeks back, allegedly he's making like 5 million a year.
Okay.
Yeah. And when he said that, it made sense. He went back to WWE because they're paying him $5 million a year, and since he has his daughter now, he wants to like be financially stable. He doesn't want to take chances anymore. He didn't say that directly. That's what I surmised from what he said.
But I thought AEW was like super duper successful and all that shit.
It was, but they weren't going to pay him what he. They weren't going to pay him 5 million a year.
How are they not going to pay the owner? Wasn't he? Isn't he an owner?
No, he was a president,
Oh, okay. Thought he.
and they just, yeah,
I
Tony
thought.
Khan didn't think he deserved to be paid as much as like a Daniel Bryan or a CM Punk. Which, I mean, you put him up to those names, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
Especially on the back of him buying ROH and stuff. Like, he's
Well,
paying a lot of the contracts.
after CM Punk's uh, failed UFC career, uh, interest in him seems to, at least mine. I don't know. I don't find him that compelling anymore. I'd rather watch a Cody Rhodes match than CM Punk. And Daniel Bryan, I mean, he's been quote unquote hurt for so long that I've just forgotten about him.
Yeah, and the messed up thing is, allegedly he was never hurt.
Yeah, yeah,
They
I've
just
heard that.
it was a it was a Roman agenda. Apparently,
Yeah,
they didn't want to put him on TV because he would be more over than Roman Reigns.
he was more over than
So,
everybody.
so he was hurt.
Yeah.
But that's that's the story. I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, they got what they want. Roman's on top. So, despite everything, and
Yeah.
I think he's boring as fuck.
Uh, yeah, it's a opinion, I guess. I mean, his Tribal Chief run, I liked it at the beginning. He's kind of getting into like a repetitive point now, but he's the Tribal Chief.
Well,
I want to see this thing end with The Rock. That's where it's supposed to be going.
yeah, I couldn't care less. They need to stop bringing in fucking 60-year-old men to wrestle the champions.
But that's the thing. The Rock is his cousin.
Who cares? The Rock is
He's
60.
Roman Reigns' whole thing now is he's the head of the table. He has to be where he's at for his family to be where they're at. So it's like a battle for who's the biggest person of the family.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. I don't buy it.
You'd have to be there.
I guess we'll find out what happens. But if it's Rock and Roman Reigns, it's another WrestleMania main event I'm not gonna watch, because I certainly didn't watch Brock and Roman snooze feds. I caught the highlights. It's exactly what I thought it was gonna be.
It's exactly what their last like five
Yeah.
matches have been.
Well, it's exactly what Brock's matches have been since he did that squash match with John Cena. So, but
Yeah, that's just who he is,
yeah,
Brock Lesnar. Like that's just this thing.
he is fun to watch, though. I will give him that.
Come out, suplex, F5,
He just kicks
maybe a
ass and
couple more.
takes names.
Yeah, he plays it well, but
Yeah.
that's just what you're getting out of it. Like, you know, you're not gonna get like a 5-star melty classic out of Brock Lesnar.
No. There was a time, like when he feuded with Angle. Those are some of his best matches, I think. When they did wrestling.
Well, that's because
Yeah.
Angle was Angle,
Yeah.
who was one of my top guys. Maybe even towards like at the top. I don't know.
He was pretty good. He was really good. It's a shame that most of his career was in TNA, where he wasn't as visible as he would have been in WWE. But still, hell of a career.
I mean, he was pretty old at that point.
He still had a hell of he still had a really long career though with TNA. He was there
I mean, who
forever.
the fuck is watching TNA? Although I will say, looking at like clips of like Steiner and Kurt Angle, Booker
Hmm.
T, um, apparently it was it was something to watch. Like it was entertaining. At least what the
Some
clips would tell you. But I
eras
mean,
were
come on,
entertaining.
I watched TNA.
Right.
I'm not gonna 6-sided ring. I'm not gonna get into that.
All right. Well, I think we're at the 2 hour mark.
Yes, that is going to do it for today's show. Hope you enjoyed what you heard. If you did, let us know by hitting that little thumbs up button that's indicating it's a like, and also consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell for notifications. And again, the Twitter is going to be in the description, but it's at the show 7 if you want to follow us on Twitter. Do you have
Please
anything
do.
else?
No. If you didn't like the show, suck my balls.
There you have it. And good night, everybody.
Good night.